Hey there YouTube, this is Sunny19 coming with you with a premium deck profile. Today we're doing my updated Aerial Divine Knight Altmile deck. Now if you guys have been subscribed to my channel, you already know that I've done a premium deck profile on this current deck. So today we're going to brush through it pretty fast, but there's a few little new nuances here that I've put in that makes this deck amazing. It makes the performance of this deck even better. And I'd like to give a little shout out to Bushy Road for making these cards. I know you made these cards for Overdress, but they work amazing for Altmile. And I think you guys knew what you were doing. So, we're going to rush to this deck. Today, we're not going to go into the G-Zone because the G-Zone has not changed yet. Maybe it will change when we get the new G units in the collection set. Who knows? So, first, we're going to start off with Aerial Divine Knight Altmile. Aerial Divine Knight Altmile has two skills for our newcomers. He has a constant skill. That means, and this skill can also be used on your opponent's turn. All of your great, if there are no face-up cards in your damage zone, all of your grade 2 units gain 10k power and 5k shield. And if your soul has a Altmile card in it, all your grade 2s also gain a critical. So the premise of this deck, with Altmile being your boss unit, is to get another Altmile into your soul to have all of your continuous effects in full effect. So, his other skill is an axe skill, which is a once per turn skill. It's a counter blast plus a soul blast. Superior call one grade 2 from your deck and one grade 2 from your drop zone to separate rearguard circles. Very simple skill. This is a good way to flood the board. Now, our other card we play 4 copies of its pre-form Blue Sky Knight Altmile. So Blue Sky Knight also has 2 effects, one constant, one act. The constant skill is that Vanguard or Rearguard, during your turn, if you have no face-up cards in your damage zone, he gets plus 15, becoming a 28k beater. Then his act skill is only on the Vanguard circle. Once per turn, counterblast 1, discard 1 card from your hand, and then search your deck for up to 2 grade 2 cards and add them to your hand. Very good way to, if you can't get to Aerial, you play Blue Sky. That way you can get a little bit of pressure, keep your momentum going until you get into your Aerial. Next, we're going to go right into the bread and butter of the deck. We're going to go right into the grade 2s. We play 4 copies of the V-Era Counter Offensive Knight Soliman. Soliman also has 2 effects, one on the Vanguard and one on Vanguard and Rearguard. So his Vanguard skill is 1 place. Search, look at the top 7 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 card with Altmile in its card name, and call it to Rearguard circle. Very simple. His other skill is Vanguard Rearguard. When this unit attacks, Soul Blast 1. Bounce back 1 card from another column to your hand, and this unit gets plus 5k. So in the previous format of this deck, Solomon was mostly focused on getting Altmile out. That way you can bounce him back to your hand. That way you have him for your right target. In this new format that I constructed, that is no longer the case. You want to get Altmile out on the field to allow another card to shove him into the soul. But if you don't have that card, it's okay to get Altmile back to the hand because you don't have to worry about spending time riding to at least get another Altmile in the soul. We have ways to shove him in the soul from hand as well. So our other grade 2, we snagged the best grade 2 from the Century Guard deck. We snagged Knight of Conquest Wixton. Wixton also has 2 skills. A lot of these grade 2s have 2 skills. But his first skill is a Century Guard skill, so we're not going to even worry about that skill. We're more focused on his auto skill, which is a Vanguard Rearguard skill. So he is our second right target if we cannot get to Solomon. His skill states, Vanguard or Rearguard 1 place, counterblast 1, check the top 7 cards of your deck for up to 1 grade 1 and call it to Rearguard circle. There is a specific grade 1 that if you guys seen my previous deck profile, link to that video up here. He calls that out, and that's another way to extend your play. We're going to get into that in a minute, though. Now we're going to go into our core grade 2 of the deck, which is the V-Era Starlight Violinist. Starlight Violinist has 1 constant skill. If you have no cards face up in your G-Zone, all of your grade 2s can gain boost, and can intercept from the back row, giving you ultimate power and ultimate power with the boosting, and ultimate defense with its guard ability. Tie this in with aerial. Your grade 2s are guarding for 10k and can intercept from the back row. So not only that you have 2 grade 2s in the front row, you can intercept with all 3 in the back row. And that way you're able to defend yourself if your hand is low. Next, we're going to go into a one of. So this is Knight of Determination Lamorak. Lamorak is a card in my current deck that I plan on taking out for another grade 2 that I will show you in a minute. But if you're unable to get your hands on the cards that I'm about to show you after this, Lamorak is your best next choice. He has a very simple skill. Act. If you have 5 or more units, including himself, counterblast 1, this unit gets plus 10k until end of turn. It's not hard once per turn, and it's not hard name restricted once per turn. So if you have a full thing of counterblast that you can't get rid of, place them right down and counterblast and counterblast and counterblast, getting him stronger and stronger and stronger. So he's a very good attacker, beat stick, or because of Starlight Violinist, a very good booster. Now, those are all the cards that were currently in my deck profile before. I'm going to show you what I added new to the deck profile to help this deck speed up even further. I play the one of from the new Brush with the Legends. This is Starless Angel. Starless Angel. Sorry for the pronunciation, but her skill is very simple. It is an auto when this unit attacks. If you have no face-up cards in your damage zone, this unit gets plus 5k. Currently in Overdress, I don't know one Cater Sanctuary deck that can play this card efficiently. To me, it seems like this card was made for Altmile. It does the exact same mechanic as Altmile does, or any other Altmile card needs to do to gain its effect off. And with Altmile and its constant ways of putting cards face down in your damage zone, you will always get its ability off. She is a beat stick, so with her plus another grade 2 and an Altmile's effect, that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 45. A minimum column of 45. A casual 45 if you would. This card is amazing, and I plan on taking Lamorak out of the deck to play another copy of her at 2. Now, Bushiroad has come out with a promo card for, again, Brush with the Legends for our sneak peek. And that promo card is our new grade 2 Witch of Moonrabbit Rubina. Rubina is everything Altmile has ever wanted in a card. First of all, it's a grade 2. It's a 10k grade 2. It says it has an auto. It belongs to the Cater Sanctuary. That means Altmile has access to it. But most importantly is its skill. It is auto when placed. So, not placed from hand, not placed by a skill, just placed. So it can be placed by a skill to proc its effect. Like Altmile's skill to call it out. So, its effect. When this unit is placed on rearguard, cost, counterblast 1, choose a card from your hand and put it into your soul. And draw a card. Now, I'm going to show you now, if you already know, you know, but I'm going to show you why this card is amazing. So, for example, let's say your Vanguard is Altmile. Right? You have 1 damage, and you have an Altmile in your hand. What you would do is call, skill, counterblast 1, shove the Altmile into your soul, draw a new card. Now, because you did that, Altmile's continuous effect is active. There is no face-up cards in your damage zone, so your rear guard's got plus 10k, plus 5k shield, and now because there's another Altmile in soul, her critical goes up plus 1. This card single-handedly, well, not single-handedly, alongside Edith, which we're going to get into in a minute, helps you get your Altmiles in the soul to progress your gameplay. Now we're going to go into the grade ones, and we're going to show you the other cards that help you progress. And then we're going to come back to talk about this grade 2 a little bit more in a second. So now we're going to go into our grade 1s. We only play 8 grade 1s in this deck. We play 4 copies of Lauronite Sisylis, and we play 4 copies of Flourishing Knight Edith. So you all know that Sisylis is our grade 3 searcher. But Edith here is another way that the deck allows us to get Altmile into the soul and search him out. So her first skill is auto. When this unit is placed, again, not by hand, not a hard once per turn, and not a hard name once per turn. So you can do it as many times as you're able to. Soul Blast 1. Look at 7 cards from the top of your deck, reveal up to 1 card with Altmile in its card name, and put it in front of this unit in the same column. Then shuffle your deck. And then, at the end of the battle that this unit boosted to grade 3, put that boosted unit into the soul and bounce this card back to your hand. So not only does she allow you to put your Altmiles in the soul, but she also puts yourself back in the hand to use it as guard effects or to be able to use her effect again. This, plus that grade 2 that we're going to get back to, allow you to accelerate getting that 1 Altmile closer into your soul as fast as possible. This deck is designed to benefit yourself from using these cards, so that way you can get your Area Divine Altmile to full power and then barrage your opponent with criticals. All right, we're gonna do a quick touch up on the grade 0s. So we play the starter from Vera so that we get the extra draw. We play the over trigger for Cater Century, which is Light Dragon DD of Honors, Artina. Can't pronounce it, but a very, very useful skill. Its skill is when this card is procced for a draw check, you give 1 unit 1 million power, draw a card. It removes itself from the game, and then all of your Vera cards get the ability, when they attack, they perform dry checks. So usually because we have grade 2s in the front row, you're going to get Twin Drive on Vanguard, dry check, dry check. That's a 4 dry check on that turn that you proc it. Now we also play 4 draw PGs. We play 4 critical stride fodder because this is a stride deck. We play 4 heal trigger, and then we play 3 stand trigger. Now, the reason why we play this stand trigger is for 4 different reasons. 1, it's a stand trigger. So that means whenever you proc it, if you have something in rest, it's going to restand for another attack. 2, it's a trigger that goes back to the deck. Her skill is 1 place, Generation Break 1, auto. Choose 2 of your units and give them plus 3k, and then send her back to the deck and shuffle. Not hard words per turn, and not name hard words per turn. The third reason, once we get the collection set, we're going to be getting a top box here of Ultima. Everyone knows that Ultima is the most expensive Xerath dragon in the game, currently speaking. And usually when people go use any United Sanctuary, Cater Sanctuary deck in Premium, you want to have an Ultima. It is your boop, I win button. And usually with that combo, people play crits and stands with them. So that way when you swing with Ultima, your entire board is getting a crit, and then your entire board is going to restand. For the third reason that we play this is that we're getting a reprint of her. I believe we're getting a reprint of her, and it's going to be triple rare. So yeah, we make room for that. But besides those reasons, I said there were 4 reasons. She's just cute. But besides all of that, this is usually what you want to run for your trigger units. Now, there is another option to run if you don't want to run the stand trigger, because it's a 5k stand trigger. It only gives out 5k power. You could run the new front trigger from Overdress. This deck is a Force 2 deck because of Altmile's ability to give the grade 2s criticals and also boost up their powers and allow the grade 2s in the back row when boosted to boost. So you really are focused on not getting as many criticals out of your triggers, but you want more power to get those insane numbers that your opponent just can't guard against. So having a front in the deck allows you to give your front, of course, give your front row plus 10k. So you can imagine having a grade 2 that's 10, 20, 30, 40, hit a front that's 50 just in that column. Not mentioning any extra boosts of skills to give extra more power and things like that. So you could also run the new front trigger for a little bit more shield value and a little bit more power to your front line row. But if you're more interested, like I am, running the Altmile combo, you want to run stand trigger, and right now she's the best stand trigger to run because of the reasons I gave before. So that is the deck currently that I see that will be the best build for Altmile in Premium. But I do want to go back a little bit and talk about this card a little bit more. So, we got this promo in Brush with the Legends. This card, in my opinion, is hands down right now the best overdress card we've gotten so far. For the simple fact of the matter is, it helps so many premium decks go one step further. I've already showed you what it can do with Altmile, and I've been testing other Cater Sanctuary decks of like Finra, the Finra loop. This card literally allows you to put a Toa or a Shackled Fetter from your hand into your deck. And if you have multiple in your hands and you're able to get multiple of these out, which Finra can do, you're able to literally load your soul up with exactly what you need. And then pop off next turn, or even pop off that turn. This card helps you. It's just an amazing extender. And not to mention in OTT, if you guys, I know a lot of players have PTSD about Deer. This card allows you to put grade 3s in your soul. It accelerates Deer. Could you imagine going Deer while your opponent's at grade 2? That alone is insane. That's why I believe that this card right now is literally the best card that Bushiroad has made for overdress till date. To date. If you disagree with me, let me know down in the comments. But I don't think there's anything wrong with this card. I think it's an amazing card. Its skill is very simple to use. It has a myriad of uses in so many decks, and not to mention decks I haven't even tried out yet personally, or haven't had the thought to even theory craft about. But this card has so much potential. It is amazing. But that's all I have to say about this card. That's all I have to say about this deck right now. This deck has literally went one step further in greatness. So, if you guys like this deck, if you guys like what you saw, if you guys like what I do, please leave a like down below. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get that 100 subscriber mark. We're almost there, just a little bit further, guys. And once we get to that 100 mark, I'm going to have another special video for you guys. If you guys have watched before, I had a miles mark with the top deck heroes with Philip from the top deck heroes. We had played overdress. Who knows who I'm going to be able to get this time? So, if you guys are interested in seeing that, please help me get to that 100 threshold, the 100 subscriber milestone. And as always, this is Sonic19 saying, see you guys later.